Hello, we went to Seattle
Ah,
for a wedding.
acha acha. So someone is going to Seattle. Our Sattavayananda is going to Seattle tomorrow morning
Oh,
for there is a banquet, Holy Mother's banquet. So he invites every year some Swami. Okay, so we have late, no? Are we late?
yeah, few minutes.
3 minutes late. Okay. So we are reading this book which is called Upadeshamrita. Amrita means the nectar. Give someone, Ajit, give to Daniel or Acha, both of you can. Acha, hey, Daniel and Daniel and you sit side by side. Ah, oh, মুখটা ঢেকে গেল একটা স্টেপ সরে যান বাস ঠিক আছে আচ্ছা so I'll tell you all so we are reading the first verse Acha. This book is called by as we have read before. Acha, let us start with the chant. It's a chant. Say with me. Om Ashatoma Sadgamaya. Say again. I say one time, you say all. Om Ashatoma Sadgamaya. Om Ashatoma Sadgamaya. Tamashoma Tamashoma Jyotirgamaya Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Say with me. I will say one line, you will say the same line. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Okay, so all reading, actually all our scriptural studies theme is this. So that to lead us from this level of ignorance in which we are, we don't see God anywhere, we don't find the joy, absolute joy anywhere, to find where is that immortality, where is that joy, where is that light, where is that illumination. So Lord, please guide me. Today now we are reading Bhakti book, devotional book. It is written by one of the direct disciple of Sri Chaitanya Dev, Mahaprabhu. You were there, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Sri Chaitanya. It is his disciple Rupa Goswami. He composed this verse. Beautiful, very limited, small, concise verses, inspiring us how to be a bhakta, how to be a devotee. Devotee means lover of God. How we can love God, and what are the prerequisites? Everything needs some quality, or you need some what you call ability, or what you call resume to enter into a higher class. No, You need some qualifications. What are the qualifications needed to be a bhakta? And what should one practice? So the very first verse we see, we are reading that verse number 1, page 3 in the bottom. See the, not I, but 3, 1, 2, 3. Go, turn up, turn, 1, 2, 3. Sure. So here it is urges. We have 6 urges, which is unfavorable to bhakti and worthy of rejection. We want to be a devotee, so we have human weaknesses, we have urges for mundane and material thing, and we must have to stop them. What are these 6 urges? So this verse says, Vacho Begam. See the first line. Vacho Begam Manasaha. Manasaha means, Vacho means the speech, the Bega, the impulses of talking. And talking mundane talk. We have impulses of talking. Talking is not bad, but our tendency to talk about day and night, about politics, about world, and we live in the world, we'll have to do that. But it is day and night should be our talk about God, because we want to be bhakta. We want to be a devotee of God, lover of God. So he's saying, check what you speak. Is it beneficial? Is it worldly material? So try to reduce those types of talk, increase that type of wording and talking, which will be inspirational and which should give us spiritual boosting. Talk in that vein. Vacho Begam. Manasa Begam. Mind as impulsive, unrestrained, it moves in this direction, that direction, that direction. Huh? But it should be directed towards God. Let my mind dwell in God. Rabindranath Tagore says, wherever my heart, wherever my eyes fall, or let me respond to your call. It's a beautiful prayer. Chitto amar jokhon jethaye robe. Whenever my mind is there, in whatever place my mind is there, let it respond to your call. That's the manasa begam, impulses which leads us to forgetfulness of God, leads us to things which are mundane, takes us to somewhere where it is not neither spiritually benefiting, rather it brings a depression, frustration, meaninglessness at the end of life's journey. You look at our life, we spend our life, long life, and at the end of the life, people question us, oh, what did I do? Where shall I go? What is my purpose? What I did? I thought so many things. I talked so many talks. But what is now? What is the achievement? What is the goal? And where have we reached? So let us not wait for that point. Let's start now. Where is my mind is impulsively takes me? Is it God? Is it divine? Is it purity? Is it love? Is it joy? Unending? Or it goes like any worldly thing, and which is changing. All changeful objects, which ultimately brings our frustration. At the end of all achievement of life, even it appears that it is, what did I do? What did I do? So this question be awakened, so we can check. Mind wants to go, but I will say no. If it is not beneficial spiritually? No, I'm not moving that direction. So that type of awareness is big. Okay, you have to check or reject. Because unfavorable to bhakti. It is not favorable. It is not very enjoyable. It is not very beneficial for our spiritual growth and development. Therefore, this is very important point, that we have to unworthiness. It is unworthy in my spiritual growth and development. Therefore, it needs rejection. which is self-mastery, self-restraint. I will think. Man cannot live without thinking. We are all human beings, and that's a speciality we have. Wonderful quality. That this quality is that I am, I can think something. I can think something noble. I can direct my mind in noble thought. Or I can also give vent to something which is worthless and useless. So this is called the second checking, the speech mind. huh? And Krudha Begam, we all know when you get mad, angry, how detrimental is that. When we get that, we lose all our sensibility, and we all behave like an animal, like a beast. We do not know what we are saying. We do not know what we are talking. How irrational, how uh, unmanly. So there we have to check, because krodha, anger, is detrimental to spiritual growth. Anger is detrimental to your peace of mind. As soon as I get angry, what happens? All my peace and tranquility moves away. A split second. It does not take time. And before I come to my awareness, it has done the damage. Damage is done by that time. And also medically it says so much secretion and toxic things come out when you get mad, when you get angry.
Isn't it a natural emotion, though? Anger?
Natural emotion, but we have to check it. Because natural emotion is for natural people. We are want to love God. We have to rise above that natural thing to transcend that. We should live in the nature, not to be controlled by the nature. No, we should be rising above. Spirituality means always rising our consciousness into. And this may be, Ramakrishna said that you can twist that anger with God. You need something, you are praying for something, nothing happening, you pray more like a child and be angry. Hey, why are you not giving it to me? As baby cries to the mother. So if you think like that, I am a child, I'm talking to God. God, you should give me. I am sincerely asking for that. And you I want this. That anger is little better anger, but directing the mood of anger detrimental to something positive. But mainly for our day-to-day practice, we will have to be watchful. That means, what does it mean? We should be watchful. Watchful over our speech, watchful our mind, because mind is mischievous. Mind sometimes does such mischievous things in the garb of very good, good garb, in the garb of a saint, and takes the action of devil. Mind, therefore, the entire Raja Yoga is what? Entire Patanjali's yoga philosophy is control of the mind. Whole meditation practice is a control of the mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. The ripples of the vritti and the ripples of the mind is to be removed from the mind. Mind will be peaceful, like a peaceful lake, where the moon's reflection follows there, and you can see the shining light of the moon in dark night, no? Or in the night time, covered by cloud, the cloud goes away, and water is ripple-free water. You see the full moon, beauty of them. When it is rippled, you cannot see anything. It is troubled, though the reflection is coming. But so in our mind, though God's peace and joy is pouring here, but it is so much ripple. So entire Manasha Begam, the impulses of the mind, is very, very important point to think. Krodha, Begam, anger. There will be reason for anger. I may fail and sometimes be angry, but I should be strong enough to withstand that and conquer that gradually. There will be reason for being angry, but I will not be angry. Many people do that in another way, but in spiritual life, it is a very important practice. Say, Juha Begam, how we are after taste, after this taste and that taste and that taste. Yeah, that's why it is called, it takes our mind, drifts our mind and our thoughts into the what you call body mind level. Eating only to the tongue, it makes us more conscious of the taste of the food. Yes, you enjoy the taste of the food, but not to be a slave of the taste. It should not make me a slave. You like something, okay. If it is there, okay. If it's not, okay. But now I want it and I will have to have it. Some people have something they cannot eat without whatever their favorite dish.
Maharaj,
Uh,
doesn't vehemence of the tongue also mean the speech?
Speech also. Speech already, because they have spoken about the bhasha specifically, so I'm not. But yes, you are right. Not only eating to the tongue, but we eat food through our ear, our nose, and touch, taste. No, so five organs. So five organs we eat, not the gross food. We eat through the mouth. Beauty of anything, I see through my eyes. But we also see many things which I should not. So that impulse, stop that. uh, because it is pleasing to the eyes, or yeah, my mind likes it, and I really, it is called stealing. So I should not see things. That's why there is a prayer in Vedanta prayer uh, that I'll I'll see auspicious what is auspicious. Let the eyes show me only that which is auspicious. The ear, what is auspicious. So this is the Jivha Begam. Udara Upastha Begam. Udara Begam means again tummy, satisfaction of the tummy. and Upastha means this sensual experience. That should not be reckless. That should be Begam, should be checked. Our ancient tradition was that they used to, even it is said marriage. Marriage, the reason of marriage was putrarthi kriyati bharja. They have a child who will keep the spiritual tradition because they are all sages, they are rishis, they are married. All the Upanishads, what we get, is a treasure to the world, but this is all from the sages. Sages are all householder people, married with wife and children and those. But their purpose of marriage was to have a spiritual son who will be keeping the spiritual tradition of this region. And purpose of life is to enjoy more perpetual joy, not only to engage into that. Those are necessary for living in the life, but one have to transcend that because that is too limited, and one cannot enjoy that peace in a limited unless it is unlimited. Joy becomes unlimited. So, etan began, all these bega are the impulses. Yo bishaheto dhira, one who can endure or can restrain and control. That person is called dhira. Dhira means man of intelligence. He or she is the person of intelligence who can just check on the or endure or overcome this begam, six arches. One, vacho, speech. Second, manasha, mind. Third, anger, krodha. Fourth, jiva, again eating only. Rasa, taste. And udara, again, udara will be also eating and nurturing their body. And upastha is the sensual experiences. So these are It's begam means to be. Begam means it's urges. Uh, urges are see what they are asking us to do to stop the urges. But we'll have to eat something. We be in the world, we have to say something. But how, what to say, what not to say? What type of talking should be abandoned? What type of urges for my satisfying my tongue and tummy? eh? That should be. How far to go indulge into sexual and sensuality? It all should be controlled, and balanced. And afterwards, because we are becoming, you may say, why shall I do? Because you are asking to be a devotee of God. Why am going to be devotee? I am a fool, giving up all these things. Well, yes, you are not giving up. You are giving up little penny joy, penny worth joy. You are asking for $1 billion joy. So you have to give up this. It is not, you are not doing a great job. So for getting a normal job and things, how much we work and get to school and study and get this course finished and one course, another course, we work so hard. And when comes the question for spiritual life, why you will be not paying the price? We should have to pay, and we should be joyful to do that. Sacrifice it, give it, give it for the good of others, and good of your spiritual growth. So, condition is that are you wanting to be a devotee? Then all this. If not, okay, go. No one is asking to restrain anyone in any way. But you, because you think that you will be a lover of God, that you will attain that joy which the world cannot give you. All this joy is limited, and it is such a touch of joy where you will feel that my life is blessed. No? That type of joy, if you want, then you have to do this. So, bhakti, jnana, they are not different. Bhakti also says, jnana says what? Viveka. First is viveka. Viveka means analyze what is permanent, not permanent, what is eternal, what is not. Analyze. Not only analyze will not do. I know this is called poison, this is called nectar. Analyzing is not do. Second step comes, it is nectar, I will have it. It is poison, reject it. Viveka, vairagya. Vairagya means second step in the path of knowledge, jnana. Viveka, first analyze. This is analysis. What the 6 urges we talked about. No? And then, if you know that these urges are bad for creating devotion for God, rather it creates my love for the world and worldliness. So I should shun them. That's why in the other language, in bhakti, you have to check it. Language is different, but see, the effect is the same. It says kama, krodha, lobha, moha. 6. What are the 6? Shaloripu. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mado, and matsar. Mado, matsar. There are the 6 enemies. Lobha, kama. Kama means the urges for the senses. Kama. Krodha, anger. Kama leads to krodha. Moha, then it infatuation. Moha, kama, krodha, lobha. Lobha means that's a insatiable urge to have it again and again. Greed, lobha. Mada, moha, lobha. Matsarja, jealousy. No? Kama, anger, krodha. Kama, desire. Krodha, anger. Lobha is the greed or infatuation. No? Lobha. Moha. Moha is infatuation. Moha means I am so much stuck, I cannot get out of it. I like it. So people go to the alcoholic. How they become? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, then you become it. You do not know when you have entered into it. Ramakrishna said there is a military base in Calcutta during British period, and it is underground. She wanted to visit that place, and he said, and he told, the path of this greed and moha in your heart, it takes you down. You do not know how far. Suddenly you feel that you are so much down the ground, no, under. That means your spiritual effort has come down to zero here. You are going downgrade. So we do not know. We are not aware. So viveka, vairagya, huh? And these are the enemies for Vedanta student. This is the enemy for Bhakti student. You are a true Bhakta and true Vedanta. Uh, Vedanta also misunderstood. So they say, oh, everything is Maya, what is there if I do or don't do? No, 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 no. At this student life, you will have to say, this is my focus, this is bad for my spiritual growth, this is good for my spiritual life. I take it, I reject it. Have the courage to say, I reject it. Bhakti says reject it, and he says give up. Vedanta says give up. So Viveka Vairagya. And 6 treasures, Sata Sampatti, Sama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Upurati, Shraddha, Samadhan, like that, 6 noble treasures. See, all this to be collected. These are all virtues of life. And then Mumukshata. Then I want to be liberated. I am in bondage. I want to be liberated. This life is miserable for me. I cannot live in this way. Only eating, sleeping, and dying. Again crying, some days smiling. This is not the life for joy. I want to get out of it. So, etan vegan jo vishahe to dhira, that person is dhira, intelligent. You can come here, sit. So dhira, these are for jo vishahe to, those who can endure all these things. এখানে যান না, আবার ওখানে কেন বইটা নিয়ে দুজনে পড়তে পারবেন তো, দুজনে বসলে পাশাপাশি। Two of you can see. And you have many copies. তাহলে একটা দিতে পারেন, ওইটা একজনকে দিতে পারেন। আপনার কটা আছে বইটা? বুকটাও আছে, পেজ 3। Anyhow, খুঁজে বার করে ফেলুন, বাস। আর ওই that in the main book you have 1, 2, 3. Acha. Now that we have read some commentaries on that, and there we are on the page 8 now. We are reading the 7th page. You have finished. But it says there are 6 symptoms of self-surrender. Now you have to surrender to God. You try your best, but you will not be able to get a success. So you need some support from God, no? So you say there are 6 symptoms of self-surrender. Fully surrender, that sadhakas should accept only those things that are favorable for prema bhakti. What we accept those qualities. It is on the page 8. Page 8. Anukullasya sankalpa. It is anukulla, which is favorable. The sadhaka, the student, bhakta, will only accept those things in spiritual life. What shall I accept? Anything comes in my life, is it leading towards prema bhakti? That type of I should favor. I should favor or support or follow that type of practice, that type of habits, that type of reading, that type of chanting, which helps me to go towards God. And what is pratikulyasya varjanam? Second point. They should completely reject those things that are unfavorable for bhakti. There's one target. I want to be a lover of God. My love Is it such intense that it takes me to God more? An unconditional love for God? Whatever I find, I will go there. If I find anything which is not congenial for that, I'll try to avoid that, which is not leading me to God. If there is a friendship, I avoid that friend. If there is a association, I don't go to that association. I curtail myself, my connection. I reduce my contact with them. And I connect where I get inspired, where I find joy, where it brings me spiritual growth and development in my life. So these are the 2 points. First, favorable place, a devotee will run to that side, and which is not congenial for spiritual life, a friend, environment, food, or whatever. It may be different for individual. My food habit is different than your food habit. If your food habit something really stops you loving God, avoid that. Love God is the point. So these are the 2 important points. Third, rakshishati viswasu. The faith in the Lord. The Lord, you say Krishna, I call Rama Krishna. You can say Rama, you can say Christ, matters little. God is only one in different name. So, rakshishati, God will protect me. Vishwasa, this faith, very important point in life. A bhakta should always think whether I am in difficulty. এই যে আপনি বলেছিলেন, কথা বলেছিলেন মায়ের সঙ্গে, হ্যাঁ? Why this type of suffering for me? I am your child. So, but believe, mom bolo, আমি দেখছি, I am watching upon you. So don't worry, I will look after you. But have we faith? Our faith goes, maybe it is a word. Gita says, Mokshaishami ma shucha. I will release you from all bondage. Don't worry about that. You do your part, and I will take care of the rest. So God will protect me. He will help me. He is there to take care of me. I surrender to him. Rakshayishati, rakshishati, iti viswaso. This vishwas, this faith, this tremendous faith. The whole Christianity stands on faith, no? Belief system. That's why it's called belief system. There is a place in Bhakti school that believe. What believe? I believe God is for me. I am a poor child. I am incapacitated. I cannot perform the way a good devotee should behave or stay always in that mood. But I believe, firmly believe, that He will take care of me. He is taking care of me. Rakshayishati iti vishwasa. Third point.
Is this like Shraddha?
Shraddha, you can say Shraddha is unflinching faith and love for God. Fourth, Guptitto Barana. Surrendered devotees have absolutely no doubt that Krishna is their only guardian and maintainer. Guptitto মানে গোপন করে, but they have translated like that. Anyhow, Guptitto, surrendered devotees have absolutely no doubt that Krishna is their guardian. That means he is my father, he is my mother. So he is my guardian. For my anything, as a child goes to the guardian, if mother is not there or somebody, but he goes to the guardian. So in our life, who is the guardian? So make God is your guardian. He is sitting in my heart. Oh Lord, please guide me. To get to that type, it leads to surrender. Beautiful idea. Guptitva. Atma nikshepa, offering the self to the Lord. You nikshep means throw away. No? You throw yourself at the feet of the Lord. Nikshepa. I throw myself. Ramakrishna used to pray, no? Oh mother, I throw myself at your hallowed feet.
Surrender.
Say surrender means what? The wording is important. You throw yourself. That means you say, I'm nothing. Everything I give away. Swami Premishananda has composed this song saying that, O Lord, O Ramakrishna, whatever I have surrendered my body, mind, soul, knowledge, wisdom, good, bad. I offered everything to you. That's called absolute surrender.
Our class with Swami Mahayogananda ji, we had a problem with, we need a better English word than self-surrender for sankalpa.
Ah,
There's a different kind of a word for sankalpa
hmm.
in English that should fit that.
Uh,
But it really
yeah, better English should be researched so
There
that you
should be
get the
available.
inner meaning of the Sanskrit word.
Yes.
Always, mostly, it is translation is difficult to create the mood also. There is a meaning. Dictionary, according to dictionary, you can find this Sanskrit word means this,
Yes.
but you have to understand the intensity of this meaning and urge. What is the inner emphasis? So that's why translation not only does, you need to have an experience, little bit of experience. Then you can express that in proper language wording. So Atmanikshava is I am incapable of doing anything independently unless, oh Lord Krishna. This is a Krishna conscious book. So they will say Krishna, 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 and they will say other gods are demigods. But in our Vedanta, there is no demigod, nothing. All God. One God in different facets of the face. Anyhow, they will always put Krishna desires. No one can do anything. See, this is the point. This is even in spiritual life. You practice, you do japa, you do everyday prayer, no? But you see that nothing happening. Then take this attitude, Atmanikshepa. I am incapable of doing anything independently. I have no power. I'm powerless guy. So you please hold my hand and take me. I surrender at you. No? And really Ramakrishna said, if you surrender like that, an ordinary, even you take refuge to a person who is bad by nature, he can be compassionate to you and give shelter. Will not God do that? Uh, that boy who came here, moving all over the world bicycle,
Oh, yeah.
he said when he was caught by Al Qaeda people, Al Qaeda people tied his eyes and took him to such a place he does not know, dark room, was kept there for several days, and then they're coming and beating him, and he does not know their language, English. They don't understand. So after much suffering, so afterwards some translators, English translator came, and they told them what is his mission, etc. But then they were little compassionate, but beating also and giving little food. And he one day caught the hand of the hand of the one of the Al Qaeda leader and said, "Please give me some work. I am doing nothing, and day and night I will serve you." What will you serve? I will clean. I will clean the floor. I will do the dishes. I can clean the pots and pans. I can do that. And then he did gradually. That hard person, that group, gradually become a little soft. Then he said, please give me something and something more I can do. What you can do? And so I can cook for you. So then he gradually entered into cooking, and he knows some cooking, and they like the cooking, and they become very friendly after. See, the person who is so much strong and ruthless, that same person gets if you take refuge. So if that happens, is it not that God who loves us most will take care of us? So that should be the form, faith, belief, and action. So Atmanikshepo, I am incapable of doing anything independently unless, oh Krishna desires, no one can. And if God does not desire, no one can take away my suffering. If God wants, who can stop my suffering? There is a Bengali proverb about Krishna's grace. Rakhe Krishna mare ke. Mare Krishna rakhe ke. Rakhe Krishna. If God keeps me and wants to protect, who can do any harm to me? See, this gives strength in our character. Who can do anything? And if the Lord wants, who can stop it?
I think there's a Christian hymn that says, if God be for us, who can, is it in the Bible?
Maybe.
If God be for us, who can be against us?
Ah. So that's the point.
Yeah.
The same idea. If God is in favor of me, who can be against me?
Yeah.
Ramakrishna said, if he one day said that if God loves, there is a
Frog and the Rama.
no. My thought comes to that part when Ramakrishna is one day went to one place and said, "Ma, if you are there, so I will see this arrogant landlord will come and be humbled," and it happened. So if God wants, who can stop? In our life, if we take this principle, how strong we will be. In our everyday life, take this attitude. If God wants, it will happen. If He likes that, if He means that I will suffer, who can stop my suffering? And if He does not want, who can give me pain? Let them come with gun, weapon, kill. They will not be able to kill because God is protecting. It's God's will. So we have to follow God's will. So all these things are, see how it makes bhakti is not like becoming a very soft, muddy, like mud-like structure. It should be soft, but strong, very powerful. God is my protector. I have surrendered to God. And I know if He wills, thing will happen. If He does not, no one can do it. So be bold in your life. Why are you always weeping, crying? What will happen? What will happen? If God protects me, no one can do any harm to me. If He does not like, no one can help me, no one can do harm, neither they can do good to me. With good intention, they will come, they will turn back. If God wants, bad intentional people will turn towards others. So this is the devotees who have no other resort, Atma Nikshepa, have this kind of faith. And then Karpanya, humility. Blessed are those, okay, Christ said, blessed are those who mourn. Huh? That means it is only humility. Humility is expressed as follows: I am very fallen, and that's why Vaishnava and Christianity. I am a sinner, I am a sinner, please help me. But Vedanta says, don't say sinner. I have done something wrong because of my misunderstanding. Please help me, please take me. So it should not take us to depression. That much should be cared. But I am not a perfected person. But I should be humble to express, oh Lord. Even in our everyday evening prayer, Swami Vivekananda like person composing the prayer for Ramakrishna, what he said? Day and night I say all these things that will redeem me from bondage. But I say in my mouth, but I am unable to practice it. Therefore, O Lord of the universe, I am your uh, I am your just Dino. I am your unworthy child, no? Mama Dino Bandhu. So please redeem me, please excuse me. This is the language. But to know that you have the capacity and I am your just taking refuge at your feet.
Instead of saying that I'm the sinner, if somebody says I'm the ignorant.
That's a better term. I am ignorant. I am sinner. Or I say I did something wrong one time. But why shall I be sinner? Once I did something, I do so many good things also. Is it not? Every one of us do. So why shall I say I am a sinner and sinner and sinner? Why to emphasize one side? Every person does something good, something bad. So I should be rather proud that I did good thing. I can do more good. That is a positive attitude. And Vedanta encourages that. I am very fallen and insignificant. Unalloyed devotees are possessed of this form and simple faith. To possess all this attitude is called Saranagati. So Saranagati is a very one word surrender. One word surrender, in one word it said, it should have these 6 qualities. What are these? First one, that fully surrendered, I am a surrendered, I am a devotee. I should accept only those things that are favorable to attaining my love for God. Second point, I will try to avoid those associations which makes me forget God, which friend takes me in the worldly way life, or that association, that friendship, that environment, that money, that wealth. Huh? One Swami has composed a beautiful song. He said, "Oh Lord, don't give me that love in my life. I want love. Everyone should love me. I love you. No, don't give me that love which takes me away from your association. Huh? She give, don't give me that pain by which I will realize you." Meaning, its target is realization of God. Target is I love God, and I should be saturated in the feeling of the beauty and joy of God. No, so do whatever is congenial. So avoid which is uncongenial for bhakti to grow. Accept, go to that place where you get more encouragement for that. Our classes, lectures, eh, our puja, worship, our bhajan, singing, they all are different tools to go towards God. And when you are in this association, you are avoiding some other association, which takes us to negative direction. Rakshishati Vishwasu. They have firm faith that Sri Krishna is their only protector. So God is my faith, firm faith. God will protect me, whatever I am. I am weak, but He will take care of me. This firm faith. It is a part of Saranagati, surrender. We think surrender is not so easy. That conviction should have God. And Goptitya Varnam, surrendered devotees have absolutely no doubt that Krishna is their guardian. He is my guardian. I am not God, that I am done, not that I am alone in the world. There is my big guardian. He is sitting like Arjuna was, his guardian was Krishna. So the Krishna, the Lord is seated in my heart. He is there with me. He will guide. And every day say, "Oh Lord, this is surrender. Oh Lord, please guide me. You are seated in my heart. Please guide me. I may not do any mistake. Let me not move in my own whims. You please guide my buddhi." Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Even every day, the Brahmin boys chant this. "Oh Lord, please lead our intelligence towards you. So guide me, guide me. You are my guardian. You are my caretaker." Atmanikshepa, then it's just surrender yourself, throw yourself at the feet of the Lord and say, I cannot do anything independently. Please, please help me. And the sixth point, karpanya, that is humble. Ramakrishna said, the water does not accumulate in a high mound. Water always goes down. No? So, kripa, the grace, God's grace only comes to a humble person. Blessed are the meek, but they shall see God, or what? I forgot.
They shall inherit the earth.
Inherit the earth.
Yes.
They shall inherit the earth. In this verse, the instruction is given to abandon that which is unfavorable, one who is able to tolerate the overwhelming passions of speech, mind, anger, tongue, belly, and genitals, can instruct the entire world in the those people who can follow these six control, not the Saranagati. Saranagati is surrender. Surrender will come spontaneously. But Jivha Begam, Mano Begam, Krodha Begam, all these Begam, one can arrest. So, then what will happen? Then what result? This verse has been quoted from Padma Purana, that Suka Marso Divir Bhavoi. They have not given translation. This shoka means the what you call the lamentation, or what No, shoka. Shok means
Grief.
grief. Grief. Bhavir. All these attitudes. Akrantam jasya manasam katham tatra mukundasya spurati sambhavana. How can Mukunda ever be manifest? How can the Lord can manifest in one's life where the heart is invaded by lamentation, anger, and other agitation? If one's mind gets involved into this type of feeling, that it is like always lamenting, oh, what I did, why I did that, don't have to do that. Just surrender to God. Think God is there for me and He will take care of me, all these things. The purport of this verse is that lust, anger, greed, delusion, intoxication, envy, and other irritations also arise within the mind and thus attract the mind towards material sense objects. This is effected through 6 agencies. By the urge to speak, they use the word that create distress for others. That's why it is. Whenever you speak something, it should be sweet, soothing, not disturbing. You can say the same word in a very soft and sweet way. It is you how to use. That means you need your control. That's why it said, by the urge to speak is there with me, or the use of the words that create distress. Don't use those words. Sattam briyat priyam briyat. Our Indian scriptures say, you tell the truth. But truth is not always pleasing. But they say that in a very nice way. And if it is harsh truth, you need not have to say that unnecessarily. Apriyam, right. By the agitation of the mind or the innumerable desires and plans fabricated within the mind. 3. By anger or the use of harsh words. 4. By the vehemence of the tongue or greed to release 6 kinds of taste. Oh, sorrow also. That's a good. What type of taste? Tongue. It is sweet, sour, bitter, pungent, salty, and astringent. All the food you can divide in 6 categories. Whatever you eat, either you enjoy in this level, sweet or sour or bitter or pungent or salty or astringent. By the urge of the belly or the drive to eat more than necessary. That means bhakta should have to control their eating. Not only the taste, but also how much I eat. Bhakti also says, Jnana also says, you have to eat in such a way that 50% of belly is full, 10%, another 1/4 will be drink water to digest, and 1/4 keep it open so that your digestion becomes natural. That is called the control of the. So belly means how much you eat, that quantity also control. Now we are all very careful about food, no? Most of the people are very careful about not eating too much, this, that. That's one type of good. By the agitation of the genitals or the desire for the cohabitation of men and women. Thus agitated, the cultivation of Suddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, is not possible. In order to make the heart of those who are pursuing path of bhajana, means singing, dancing in the name of God, intent on Bhakti, Rupa Goswami has composed this verse first. The attempt to restrain these 6 urges does not constitute Bhakti sadhana. Rather, it is a staircase, the ascent to the platform of eligibility through which one may enter the temple of Bhakti. These are steps, the 6 steps to be followed to reach the Lord, to reach the prema Bhakti.
It's only the beginning.
At the beginning. And also, what is beginning though, and if one has reached the prema Bhakti, he will be spontaneously behaving this way. What is Gita says? What is a practice for the student is a naturalness of that who have achieved that state. One lover of God will behave this way. He will not be passionate for the urges of the 6 urges we are talking about. So they have their naturalness. Life is like that. Ramakrishna, Any worldly thing comes, even you touch with a coin, his hand gets really, he feels a scorpion biting. It has gone to how much? Prema Bhakti, love for God, has generated in him in such a degree that the ordinary thing, even touching that, he is feeling rejection. Not vairagya, giving up has come in such depth. So it becomes also this. So on the path of fruitive activity or karma and the cultivation of knowledge, one is instructed to curb these six urges. These are instructions, however, are not applicable for a pure devotee. For a pure devotee, but are we pure devotee? Huh? People take advantage here. For bhakta, we don't need to do what the Gyan is instructor. But are we pure devotee? You have reached that level, or we are a student. So for me, all practices are necessary. No, to reach that lofty level of love, pure love for God. In in the scriptures, hearing, chanting, and remembrance of the names, forms, qualities, and pastimes of Sri Krishna are described as actual bhakti. Mane, if you love someone, you love everything of him. If you love Ramakrishna, you will find that how he used to walk, how he used to see, how he used to go to samadhi, how he used to sing, how he used to dance. Everything becomes then very joyful. And so Krishna lovers will think, oh, Krishna's pastime, how he was in the childhood, he used to do, how when he was a king, how what he did, whole life and all activities. Then your mind will rotate around God, 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 God and his Leela, divine play. These presents various types of obstacles in the immature stage for the practitioner entering into. For the beginner, these are little difficult. At that time, the devotee, by taking shelter at the mood of exclusive saranagati, which are surrender, the attitude of surrender is necessary. When we try to do, but we cannot do anything, that's our limitation. So we say that is to be taking shelter at the mood of exclusive saranagati by avoiding the 10 kinds of offenses with the holy name. The association of spotless saints plays a very significant role in this matter. How it will happen? Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti school teaches us you have holy company. Ramakrishna said, how God realization? Nirjanmas sadhu sangha. Two method Ramakrishna has emphasized in the whole of gospel again and again. One, sadhu sangha. Go to a holy association. Because holy people live with the God consciousness. So going towards them, their life will inspire us. And even if they do not talk, their spiritual vibration will lift our mind. And even it is said that you go to holy pilgrimage, that can purify your mind. It takes long time. You go to Vrindavan, you go to Ganga in Benares, you go to holy places all over here, there, or to Jerusalem. Somebody gave me that little water where Christ was baptized, Jerusalem. Ah, ah. So I kept it and I touch it. But that will do good to me. But Holy Association says it does instantly. It takes long time to go to a holy place and absorb those ideas. Unless the mind becomes pure, it does not catch it. But in a holy association, whether you like it or not, his association will make you forget about God and unconsciously lift your mind. So this is the benefit. The devotees are intent on practical renunciation, and thus they remain aloof from dry renunciation. Why dry renunciation? That means God, taking God's name, you sing and dance and enjoy. It should not be like a very tough journey. You think of God, you become full of joy. So it should not be dry, intellectual, uh, analytical, argumentative things only, because it is dry. But when you bring God and sing the name of God and be absorbed in God's name, yeah, there are we have seen many devotees. when they take the names, God of name, their tears roll down. That type of thing is necessary. When the agitation of the mind is withdrawn, or in other words, when one is devoid of the thirst for material enjoyment, the impetuosity of the eyes, the life air, the hearing propensity, and all other drives become pacified. That is the science. Spirituality stands here. No one pays attention to that. Hmm? When the agitation of the mind are withdrawn by the six agitations, anger, flowing to the force of the mind, and speech, belly, etc. All the six. If one can do that, that means no thirst for these petty things of life. If one can do that, then automatically God's love comes, it takes possession, other things become what you call tasteless. Tasteless. If God's taste generate inside, then other things will be tasteless. But we find joy in the senses, means we don't see opposite, we don't love God. If God's love comes, then it will so much love will come here that attraction for other things will cease. So there is no question of urge, but it is withdrawn as it were. But spontaneously, that's why Bhakti school gives this benefit that you love God, love God, love God. As much as you love God, all other things, other attractions will be reduced. So bhaktas pay attention to loving God. Vedanta says, love God. How will you love? Unless you know what is the mixed thing going on. Huh? You are thinking something which is unnecessary and taking it to be permanent, and then you are indulged into it. Analyze, analyze, not this, not this, not this. Here also saying, not this, but God. Mano buddhi ahankara chitta ninaham. I am neither the mind, neither the body, etc. etc. But what I am Satchidananda. I am that. See. So here also, attraction for love for God, love for God. That is the same thing which we call God in dualistic language. Vedanta says it is called Satchidananda. No. So if you fall in love with that, automatically your mind will be withdrawn from that. Or you cannot do that. Say, I denounced it, I denounced it, I denounced this. And then I loved it. I denounce this, I love it. I denounce, I love it. Two things should be simultaneous. Awareness of God and rejection of what appears to me non-God at the beginning. Of course, after realizing God, everything becomes divine. That's a different thing. But for our student life, we will have to give up something. And that giving up is sometimes misunderstood by the bhaktas. And Gyanis also misunderstand the bhaktas. Gyanis will say, hey, they are dancing and singing in the name of God. They do not know anything. But they will say Gyanis don't understand and they have no taste of it, rasa. They don't know what is God's love. But both are criticizing unnecessarily. If you get the love of God, then automatically other urges will go away. Vedanta says, hey, this is danger, give up. And love, Atman, Satchidanand. Same thing. Language only different. Okay, so we can end here. Therefore, last paragraph, let me finish that. Therefore, persons who have gained victory over these six overwhelming passions can conquer the entire world. The instruction to tolerate these urges is given only for those devotees because of before giving up the life of Hashvila, one must first have abandoned all types of urges. God, God, God. They have explained different saints of the tradition. They have given some explanation. So this is also good to learn. Suppose you now learn that surrender is not one word. 6 ways of surrendering. We know surrender is surrender, no? No. Surrender we just read. What are the 6? One is surrender should accept things what is favorable for growing love for God. Then second part will be completely reject those things which are unfavorable for growing love. Third, it faith. God is there for me. Christ is there for me. Rama is there for me. Holy Mother is there for me. Whatever happens, she will take care. Then fourth is surrender. Devotees have absolutely no doubt that Krishna is my guardian. He is sitting in my heart. He is driving my intellect, mind. Let him be my guardian, not me. Nahang, nahang, tuhu, tuhu. Ramakrishna taught that song. Not me, not me, not me. Oh Lord, you guide, you guide, you guide. And then offering oneself, that I am incapable of doing anything. Please help me, please help me, please help me. All this included 6 practice. You can note down because we talk very easily. Surrender. Surrender is not so easy. We have to practice all this discipline every day. I have faith God will protect me whenever trouble comes in life. I know He is my guide. Oh Lord, please guide me. He is there. He is guiding. But we have to talk to Him. We have to feel His presence. He is there. Please guide me. Please guide me. Please guide me. No? So these are the practices, regular practices.
What is this page?
It is on page 8 on the top. First is the Sanskrit and bottom is this translation. Okay, Jai Mata. Thank you all. We have resumed the class after how many? 2 weeks or what?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. You brought it?
Yes, Father.
Jai Ma. That's it. The golden avatar. Gauranga avatar. Gaura Anga. So